Have you ever felt like life could have turned out differently if you'd made a different decision? Maybe you wonder what would have happened if you pursued that dream career, moved to another city, or said yes when you chose no. These thoughts are more than just musings. They're glimpses into a larger concept, the existence of parallel realities. Every moment, you're standing at a crossroads of possibilities. Each choice you make, every thought you entertain, and every belief you hold creates a path forward. What most people don't realize is that you're already shifting between these paths naturally. You might think you're stuck in one life, but the truth is far more expansive. Multiple versions of you exist, each experiencing a unique reality shaped by different decisions, beliefs, and actions. To begin mastering this idea, you need to first acknowledge the possibility of these parallel selves. This isn't about science fiction or fantasy. It's about understanding that reality is far more fluid than it seems. At its core, this concept suggests that there are infinite timelines, different versions of your life, all playing out simultaneously. In some of these versions, you're thriving in ways you can only dream of right now. One version of you has already built a successful business. Another has mastered self-confidence and commands every room they walk into. Yet another version has found deep inner peace and emotional freedom. These versions of you don't exist as distant, unreachable ideas. They are connected to you. Think of it this way. Your reality is like a movie on a streaming platform. Right now, you're watching one specific version of your life. But there are countless other versions you can access. By acknowledging this possibility, you can start to see your life as dynamic, not fixed. You can switch to a new channel, a new version of yourself, where the outcomes align with your deepest desires. Our understanding of life is often shaped by what we can see, hear, and feel, making it difficult to believe in what exists beyond that. But your mind has the ability to explore these hidden possibilities. Even if you can't physically see these alternate versions of yourself, their energy, wisdom, and experiences are still accessible. By simply allowing yourself to believe in their existence, you're opening the door to transformation. This shift in perspective is crucial because it helps you step outside of a limited mindset. You begin to see yourself as a dynamic, ever-evolving individual with the power to align with your fullest potential. Whether you're striving for professional success, better relationships, or greater inner peace, the first step is realizing that another version of you has already achieved these outcomes. So, take a moment to reflect. What would the most empowered, fulfilled version of you look like? What would they think, feel, and do? These questions are the doorway to a greater understanding of yourself and the vast realities waiting for you. When you acknowledge the possibility of your parallel selves, you open yourself up to the magic of life's infinite paths. This isn't about abandoning who you are. It's about discovering who you're capable of becoming. By acknowledging the existence of these parallel selves, you begin to realize that your focus determines everything. Each thought, belief, and intention you hold acts as a guiding compass, subtly shifting your experience from one reality to another. Imagine standing in front of countless doors, each leading to a version of yourself shaped by different choices, attitudes, and outcomes. The door you walk through depends entirely on what you choose to focus on. This is where the power of intention comes in. The reality you desire, a healthier, happier, more successful version of your life, already exists. To access it, you must consciously decide to align yourself with it. Too often, people unconsciously focus on limitations, doubts, and fears. When you dwell on these things, you shift into a reality where those limitations feel even more real. But when you set your intention to embrace a higher version of yourself, you begin shifting toward a reality where success, growth, and joy are possible. So, what does setting your intention look like? It starts with a simple but powerful choice: deciding what version of yourself you want to connect with. Do you want to be confident and fearless? Do you want to access a version of yourself that's creative, successful, or at peace? Take a moment to reflect on this. Be specific and clear about the qualities and experiences you want to bring into your current life. Setting your intention isn't just about wishing for something better. It's about deliberately choosing to align your focus with the reality you want. This is not about forcing things to happen, but about allowing yourself to believe that these outcomes are already within reach. By declaring your intention, you give your mind permission to shift its attention away from doubt and toward possibility. To understand how this works, think of your mind like a powerful lens. When you focus that lens on fear or uncertainty, you magnify those experiences and pull them into your life. But when you focus the lens on the qualities you desire, confidence, peace, or success, you begin to notice opportunities, ideas, and actions that align with that version of you. You become attuned to the energy of the reality you want to connect with. Take a moment right now to set an intention. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what would the best version of me look like? How would they think, feel, and act? Write down your answers if you can. The simple act of identifying what you want brings clarity and purpose to your focus. Setting your intention is the first step in a powerful shift. It may feel small, but this act sends a ripple through your life, gradually aligning you with the experiences and outcomes you desire. It's as if you've adjusted the compass, pointing yourself in a new direction where opportunities align and limitations begin to dissolve. The truth is, you've been shifting realities all along, but now you're doing it consciously. By choosing to focus on the reality you want, you're stepping into the driver's seat of your experience. From here, everything changes. Now that you've set your intention, the next step is to align your beliefs with the reality you want to experience. Your beliefs act as a bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Every version of you, whether it's the confident, successful self or the doubtful, limited one, exists because of the beliefs that support that reality. Beliefs are powerful because they dictate not only how you see the world, but also how you respond to it. If you believe that something is out of reach, your mind will unconsciously look for reasons to confirm that belief. You'll find evidence of failure, difficulty, and obstacles everywhere, reinforcing the idea that success is impossible. On the other hand, if you believe that success is achievable, that you are capable and worthy, your mind will begin to filter the world differently. You'll notice opportunities, resources, and ideas that align with that belief. This process is called confirmation bias, and it's always working, whether you realize it or not. Your mind filters reality to match what you already believe to be true. If you want to shift into a new version of yourself, you must consciously identify and change the beliefs that hold you back. The question is, how do you do this? Start by observing your thoughts. Pay attention to the patterns and stories you tell yourself throughout the day. For example, when you think about a goal, do you catch yourself saying, "I can't do that, I'm not good enough," or "it's too hard"? These thoughts reveal the beliefs that are shaping your current reality. The first step to changing them is awareness. Without awareness, these beliefs will continue to operate in the background, holding you in place. Once you've identified limiting beliefs, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Where did this belief come from? More often than not, you'll realize that these beliefs were formed by past experiences, fears, or societal conditioning. Just because you've believed something for a long time doesn't mean it's true or that it has to define you now. Next, replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I'm learning how to make this possible." Instead of, "I'm not good enough," say, "I'm becoming the best version of myself every day." Affirmations like these are not about ignoring challenges. They're about shifting your focus to what's possible. Over time, these new beliefs will begin to feel natural, replacing the old ones that kept you stuck. To strengthen this process, look for evidence that supports your new beliefs. For example, if you're shifting into a version of yourself that's confident and successful, find small moments in your life where you've already embodied those qualities. Did you speak up in a meeting recently? Did you try something new, even if it was uncomfortable? These small wins are proof that you are capable, and they reinforce the belief that you're already becoming that version of yourself. Another powerful technique is to act as if you already are the version of yourself you want to be. Imagine that you're stepping into the shoes of your parallel self, the one who's confident, successful, or fulfilled. How would they behave? What would they do differently today? When you take action from this mindset, you're aligning yourself with that reality. Even small changes in how you carry yourself, speak, or think can have a profound impact over time. For example, if your parallel self is someone who's fearless in social situations, ask yourself, how would they approach a conversation? How would they stand, speak, or listen? Then, challenge yourself to embody those qualities, even if it feels unfamiliar at first. As you practice this, you'll start to notice shifts not only in how others respond to you, but also in how you feel about yourself. It's important to remember that aligning your beliefs takes time and consistency. Your mind has spent years reinforcing old patterns, so it's natural for resistance to come up when you try to change them. Be patient with yourself. Each time you challenge a limiting belief or take an action that aligns with your desired reality, you're creating new neural pathways in your brain. These pathways make it easier for empowering beliefs to take root and for new behaviors to become automatic. In this way, aligning your beliefs isn't just about changing your mindset, it's about changing your entire way of being. When your beliefs support the reality you want to experience, your actions naturally follow, and the world around you begins to reflect that shift. It's like tuning a radio to the right frequency. Once you align your beliefs with the reality you desire, everything starts to fall into place. So, take a moment now to reflect. What beliefs are holding you back? Write them down and challenge them. Then, create empowering beliefs that align with the version of yourself you want to become. Remember, every time you choose to believe in possibility rather than limitation, you're shifting closer to the life you truly want. Now that we've explored how your beliefs act as the foundation of your reality, it's important to understand the role of mental imagery and focus in reinforcing those beliefs and bringing your desired outcomes closer to fruition. Visualization, often underestimated or misunderstood, is not simply a form of wishful thinking. It's a mechanism through which the mind and body align with what's possible. At its core, visualization serves as a bridge between your current experience and the reality you want to embody. It is not about creating fantasies or pretending something exists when it doesn't. Rather, it works by training your mind to recognize opportunities, patterns, and behaviors that align with the outcomes you seek. If you've already set your intention and begun identifying limiting beliefs, visualization enhances this process by giving your mind a clear focus to follow. From a psychological perspective, the brain doesn't distinguish well between vividly imagined experiences and actual events. This phenomenon has been observed in studies on athletes, where mental rehearsal, imagining themselves successfully completing a physical action, triggers the same neural pathways as performing the action itself. The mind is wired to respond to mental imagery as if it's real, creating shifts in focus, emotions, and even physiology. When you apply this concept to the versions of yourself existing in parallel realities, you begin to see visualization as a tool to connect with those possibilities. For example, if you're working to align with a version of yourself that's confident and successful, mental imagery becomes a way to reinforce the beliefs and thought patterns that define that reality. When you repeatedly picture yourself acting with confidence, the brain starts to accept it as familiar, something real, rather than out of reach. Over time, this practice helps dissolve resistance, making new ways of thinking and behaving feel natural rather than forced. In essence, visualization can create an internal blueprint for the reality you want to shift into. What makes visualization particularly powerful in the context of shifting realities is that it allows you to engage with possibilities beyond your current perception. In many ways, your mind operates as a filter, narrowing your focus to match the beliefs you hold. Visualization temporarily suspends these limitations, allowing you to explore new versions of yourself without resistance. It doesn't require physical proof to work because the proof comes later, through the opportunities, insights, and actions that begin to emerge as you align more deeply with your desired reality. Critically, visualization also works as a counterbalance to doubt and fear. When you've spent years reinforcing limiting beliefs, it's natural for skepticism to arise when you try to shift into something new. Visualization acts as a tool to retrain your focus, redirecting it away from thoughts of failure or limitation and toward thoughts of possibility and potential. This redirection helps your brain begin searching for solutions and opportunities that align with the outcome you're visualizing, rather than fixating on obstacles. Importantly, visualization doesn't replace action. It informs it. By consistently focusing on a clear, vivid image of your desired self or reality, you're giving your mind a target. This focus makes it easier to recognize and pursue actions that are congruent with that image. Whether it's the way you speak, the opportunities you notice, or the decisions you make, visualization strengthens the internal alignment needed to take meaningful action. In the context of parallel selves, this process can feel even more profound. By focusing on a version of yourself that has already achieved what you desire, you're effectively bridging the gap between their reality and your own. It's not about imagining an unattainable ideal. It's about recognizing that this version of you already exists, and that through focus and alignment, you can connect with their knowledge, energy, and experiences. Visualization is the act of engaging with that possibility until it begins to feel real. At this point, it becomes clear that visualization isn't just a tool for personal growth. It's a way of shifting your perspective of what's possible. It allows you to operate not from the limits of your current circumstances, but from the potential that exists beyond them. Whether you're visualizing success, confidence, or transformation, you're tapping into the energy of a version of yourself who already knows the way forward. This isn't magic or wishful thinking. It's a shift in focus. It's the deliberate act of aligning your mind, beliefs, and actions with the reality you want to experience. Visualization simply amplifies your ability to see, feel, and embody that reality before it fully manifests, creating a natural momentum toward the outcomes you desire. When combined with the aligned beliefs we explored earlier, visualization becomes a tool of empowerment. It allows you to take ownership of your focus and use it to connect with the life you want to create. The more vividly and consistently you engage with the image of your desired self, the closer you come to stepping into that reality. At this point, the shift begins to take on a deeper, more practical form, embodying the version of yourself that you want to connect with. Visualization and belief alignment allow you to see the possibility of this version, but to truly experience the shift, you must begin thinking, feeling, and acting in harmony with the energy of that reality. To embody the shift means to integrate the qualities, wisdom, and perspective of your desired self into your present moment. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about becoming aware of the traits and skills that already exist within you, but may not have been fully realized yet. The version of you that feels confident, successful, or at peace doesn't exist in some unreachable future. It is a part of you right now. By consciously embodying that energy, you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The key to this process lies in your ability to ask, how would this version of me think, feel, and act? For example, if you're striving to embody a version of yourself who is courageous and self-assured, consider how they would approach the situations you face today. How would they handle challenges or setbacks? What decisions would they make? How would they carry themselves in a room full of people? By asking these questions, you begin to shift your internal state, your thoughts and emotions, to match that of your parallel self. This mental and emotional alignment is incredibly powerful. When you start to embody the mindset of your desired self, you invite new possibilities into your life. It's not about forcing change. It's about allowing change to happen naturally as you align with this energy. For instance, if your parallel self is someone who radiates confidence, you may find yourself adjusting your posture, speaking with greater clarity, or approaching opportunities with a sense of ease. These changes might seem small at first, but they reflect a deeper shift within you. Similarly, embodying the shift involves tuning into the wisdom and skills of this version of yourself. Imagine for a moment that the parallel self you're connecting with already knows how to navigate the challenges you're currently facing. What advice would they give you? What habits or skills do they rely on to achieve their goals? These insights are not external. They are reflections of your own inner wisdom, brought to the surface through your connection to this parallel version of yourself. By allowing their guidance to inform your current choices, you begin to dissolve the barriers that once felt insurmountable. A problem that seemed overwhelming before might suddenly appear manageable because you're now approaching it from a new perspective, one that aligns with the energy of your desired self. This doesn't mean that challenges disappear altogether, but rather that you face them with a sense of clarity and purpose that you didn't have before. The beauty of embodying the shift is that it doesn't require drastic changes or dramatic effort. It begins with subtle yet powerful shifts in how you think, feel, and respond to life. For example, if your desired self values discipline and focus, you might notice yourself naturally prioritizing your time and energy more effectively. If your parallel self is calm and composed, you might respond to stress with greater emotional resilience. If the version of you that you're connecting with is creative and innovative, you may find inspiration flowing more easily into your current projects. Each time you embody these traits, you strengthen your alignment with the reality you desire. These small changes accumulate, shaping your experience in ways that feel both organic and transformative. You're not forcing yourself to be something you're not. You're simply stepping into a version of yourself that already exists, a version that has been waiting for you to embrace it. Importantly, this process is not linear. Embodying the shift is a practice, not a destination. There will be days when it feels effortless to think, feel, and act like the version of yourself you want to connect with. Other days, old habits or doubts might resurface. This is natural. The key is to gently return to the mindset, energy, and perspective of your desired self, trusting that each moment of alignment is bringing you closer to the reality you're creating. In essence, embodying the shift is about choosing to live as if the transformation has already occurred. It's a subtle yet profound change in how you show up in the world. When you consistently embody the energy, wisdom, and actions of your parallel self, you begin to see the ripple effect in your life. Opportunities align, relationships evolve, and the reality you once visualized begins to take shape. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed yourself to become the person who could naturally live that experience. This is the power of embodying the shift. It transforms the abstract into the tangible, the imagined into the lived. By thinking, feeling, and acting in alignment with your desired self, you bring their reality into the present moment, where it can fully manifest. At its heart, the process of shifting into a new version of yourself, through visualization, belief alignment, and embodying the shift, comes down to recognizing the profound influence you have over your reality. The version of you that you wish to become is not a distant, unattainable ideal. It exists as a possibility within you, waiting to be realized. By acknowledging the existence of your parallel selves, you begin to see life as dynamic rather than fixed. You step out of the illusion of limitation and into a mindset of possibility. Your beliefs act as the foundation of this shift, shaping the lens through which you view the world. Visualization then brings clarity and focus, allowing you to connect with the energy of your desired self. Finally, through the act of embodying that shift, thinking, feeling, and acting in alignment, you breathe life into that version of yourself, transforming it from a possibility into a lived experience. What makes this process so powerful is that it isn't about waiting for external circumstances to change. It's about realizing that the change begins within you. By consistently aligning your beliefs, focus, and actions with the reality you desire, you become the architect of your own transformation. The shift is not about becoming someone you are not. It's about stepping into the fullest, most authentic version of yourself that already exists. Your parallel selves are not distant or disconnected. They are a reflection of your infinite potential. Each time you align with their wisdom, you close the gap between possibility and reality. You are capable of far more than you may have imagined, and the path to that realization begins the moment you choose to see yourself not as limited, but as limitless. Everything you desire is within reach. The life of a multimillionaire, filled with purpose and freedom. The joy of a happy, loving family that nurtures and inspires you. The thrill of great adventures that expand your horizons and push you beyond your comfort zone. Whether it's building a successful business, achieving inner peace, or exploring the far corners of the world, the tools to create these experiences are already within you. You are connected to every possibility, every version of yourself that has lived these dreams, and the shift begins the moment you allow yourself to believe in it. In the end, the power to create the life you desire has always been yours. The tools are within you, and the shift begins now.